grassroots social change groups?
I think it's systemic.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, specific, I'm interested in questions like, how does a group of people create a sense of who they are as an activist group, and how they want to make social change? How do they make those kind of decisions? So, to look back a little bit at my earlier work, which was on racist groups, how is it that a group can get together and develop a sense that race war is the best way to improve their lives? How do people form those ideas? Or to take a less dramatic example, how do some animal rights groups end up throwing bricks through restaurant windows and others are content to pass out tofu hot dogs? So how do activist groups decide what exactly they're going to do? Now, surprisingly, despite lots and lots of work in social movements, we have a pretty thin sense of how things happen in activist groups. We have a pretty good sense of what sociologists would call macro-level factors that predict where and when some kinds of activism are going to pop up. That is, we have a pretty good sense of why social movements occur at certain times. But we have less understanding of how they occur. And in part, I want to argue that's because most studies begin at the point where activist groups have already coalesced. That is, when we have a viable group, when the group has goals, and when they have a plan of action. And that's mostly when scholars start studies, in part because it's hard to study groups that don't go anywhere, because then your research isn't going anywhere. So earlier, when it's not clear what form or direction an activist group will take, there